What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm going to start off with a little bit of news and announcements. I'm in Mythic now, and that allows me a certain luxury. Also, I do have 100% of the set. And, you know, I have to make content, new, fresh brews every day. And because the meta is, in a certain sense, you know, like it will, of course, still fluctuate. But it's, in a sense, solved. Like the most powerful decks, the best synergies from the new set, we've kind of already played with or figured them out. So there's a few still left that I need to wrap my head around, but they're not gonna be super duper like ladder competitive. Like the ones that are gonna get you into Mythic quickly, we already know what those are. So now it's gonna be about figuring out if there's anything left in the other little sub archetypes and you know, sub themes, and they've got all these weird things like the draw 2. You know, there's still plenty that I haven't played with in the new set, but it's not necessarily going to be super duper like Mythic ladder ready. So we're going to be taking sort of the weeks now leading up to Christmas to test all kinds of nonsense. As you can see here, I've been brewing like crazy. And there's still more cards that I'm still just like, I've been looking at going, okay, I need to make a brew around that. Oh, okay, and then I start and okay, wait, no, I need to make a brew around that. Just to give you a few examples of you know, things I've been looking at. Joyra. We haven't played with Joyra yet. Enthusiastic Mechanaut, Joyra, Sahili, you know, there's some interesting stuff going on in as far as artifacts that doesn't necessarily need to be an automaton deck. Power Stones, there's still lots to do. So, sorry for that long-winded ramble, but it was just kind of getting you aware of the fact that that's what's going to be the type of video over the next couple of weeks. On the lead up to Christmas. Second piece of news, next year your brewmaster is on the road again. I can't remember the exact date, something early January. The wife and I and our son are jumping on another aeroplane and we're flying to India, and I'm on my way slowly but surely back to Indonesia, where I'm resuming my old job because kind of COVID is, you know, back. Everything's kind of back to normal. So I've gotten my job back in Bali where I used to work before doing the channel, and I've decided that I'm going to continue to do this, even though I was hoping to get you know, to more subscribers by this point. We're almost at the 2-year mark. But you know, it's okay. I've been really having lots of fun doing it, even though it's a lot of time and effort put into it. I will continue to do so. This isn't a goodbye or anything like that. But because I will have a job every day going into my work, I believe the upload schedules are going to reduce. I may end up doing something like 3 per week, 2 or 3 per week, depending on how much time I have available, how much work I have to do, family duties, etc., as you know. But that's it. You know, the fresh brews are going to keep on coming right through. It's only for a 1-year period back in Bali, and then at the end of that year I'm going to be a free agent again, and I'm probably going to dive straight back into this full time. So please bear with me, and I'll of course take you guys along with me on all my travels when I'm in India now. I'll put up some posts all over the place, and yeah, we're going to some pretty interesting places up in the Himalayas, so stay tuned. But now, without further ado, and everything having been said, taken into consideration, let's jump into tonight's brew. I could almost just like, you know, Russian roulette this thing. I have So many options. This Krug, you know, the other Urza, slightly younger Urza. I have a couple versions of that going that are looking really interesting. Prowess, I have 3 versions I think let's do Prowess. Okay, let's just make this an episode of Brewing With. By the way, as always, there's timestamps down below if you guys want to skip all my rambling and just go straight to the deck tech. Go straight to the gameplay footage. All the timestamps for everything are going to be down below. But I've got Boros Prowess in 3 versions. And this is the first one that I started with. This one's been, as you can see, I had to go and pick it up way down. I threw this together a long time ago, and it's just been sitting there. I've been making little tweaks, and then I create a new one. So I'll kind of lead you through my process, and then we'll probably end up playing all 3 of them if we can, and then we'll decide if there's a way to sort of fuse them into one and make the perfect Prowess deck. So, version 1. We're kind of combining the Illuminator Virtuoso type of a thing going on, where you need to have stuff that targets it, so that, you know, not only can you protect it, but also you can do the connive. And the other half of the deck is the Prowess, where we've got Monastery Swiftspear as actually the only creature with Prowess, but Electrostatic Infantry that also kind of does. It's not non-creature spells, so it won't get triggered off of the Kumano faces Kakkazan, for example, but all of your other instant and sorceries will put a +1/+1 counter on it permanently, which is great, of course. Because you're going to be casting those spells most of the time to try and save your Virtuoso or to remove something else, and then in the meantime you get a nice little buff. The only other creatures in the deck are of course the Etching of Kumano. Once it flips, we've got 1 Sneaky Feldon to draw some cards maybe, and we've got 3 copies of Bloodthirsty Adversary to, you know, get on that turn 6, turn 7, turn 5, where you can get something back from the graveyard and continue to punish the opponent. Maybe get some removal again, get one of your take up the shield would be nice sometimes. So you can even go and get an Angelfire Ignition if you haven't already flashed it back, which is also pretty cool because it is a 3-mana spell as well. As far as removal, I've gone for a nice little spread. We've got 1 Strangle, 1 Flameless Bolt, 1 Play with Fire, kind of my new way of doing things these days. I've also got 2 Lightning Strikes, 2 Obliterating Bolts, 2 Rending Flames. That's quite a lot of removal. I think you'll agree. We should be able to even take care of Shieldreds because we don't have Mechanized Warfare, so we can't, you know, we need to play Rending Flame for the black decks. Then we've got ways to protect our Virtuoso and other creatures in Take Up the Shield and Loran's Escape, one of the new ones from the new set. 1 mana, Hexproof, Indestructible, Scry 1. Not too shabby. Way better than Boon of Safety that we had before this for this deck. And then Take Up the Shield, I went with because of the lifelink. Sometimes it's really nice if you don't have the Angelfire Ignition. Just there's another way of putting it on maybe your double striker or whatever, on your now big infantry guy. Just as they target it during combat or whatever, pew, Take Up the Shield. Pew. Indestructible, gets bigger, gets the lifelink, still gets through for the damage. It's got Trample already. Mwah. So those are our 6 Save Our Stuff spells. And then we've got our pump spells in Homestead Courage, and they both got Flashback and Angelfire Ignition. These 2 are a great little tag team. Just cheap target spell things that, you know, buff your creatures. You want to be doing this on your Swiftspear, on your Virtuoso, wherever you can put them when the you know, occasion is right. But that's about it. Simple dimple, easy peasy. And now that we've got the right pain lands, should be also good as far as mana is concerned. The only real little tweaks I've done to the mana base is just 1 Eiganjo, 1 Sokenzan, 2 Mishra's Foundries. Boros Prowess version 1. Let's jump to some unranked. The plan is going to be to once... I was testing them in ranked, but the plan is going to be to play them all, these brews, over the next couple of days in unranked, and do these kind of almost every day is going to be an episode of Brewing With, until they feel good, and then take them up onto ranked, and then I'll report back, post stats and things like that. You guys can always go check my Untapped profile. It's in the description alongside all my other links, as always. No. Slightly better. Mysterio 31. What do you got? Okay, soldiers in unranked. How fun. Of course. At least we got a nice obliterating bolt target. Oof, I almost played the wrong land. That'll be the 3-drop that puts tokens on things. Okay. They didn't get the perfect curve. Now the thing is, he'll probably have Brutal Cathar. So I don't know if we can really play this. However, we've got the Rending Flame. He's got something. Maybe it's that new exile spell. I don't know. Soldiers to flash in. Uh-oh. Okay, we need to get rid of that Harbin ASAP. Like, now. So we're gonna go with Rending Flame. Kumano. Next turn I'm Angelfire and go. Of course you use the doesn't attack. Wow. Okay. Might be a risky move. Yeah. You'll probably just throw one little guy at me, little chump blocker. Whew. Still no Cathar. We dodged the Cathar. Now it's kind of, we just need to like get around this hand. And with Angelfire Ignition, I like my chances. Hey, Azorius, Soldier's top meta deck. I mean, someone playing it in unranked is probably kind of just figuring it out. I used it for much of my climb into Mythic. It's ridiculously busted. So beating on that feels pretty good. Got to know the priority, like you must kill the Harbin. That thing will just end the game out of nowhere. Bacon, egg on toast. Oof, I could do with one of those. Okay, now that's the typical like problem with these prowess type things. We had it with Magecraft. There's only, I think, like 16 total creatures in the deck, and you have these opening hands like that. Ooh, we got a bloodthirsty adversary. Oof. I'm gonna play the Kumano next turn and hold up Flame Blessed Bolt. Or maybe they play something now that's boltable. Okay. Oh, nice. We got back our Homestead Courage. I'm still gonna do that, so then our adversary comes in bigger, and then I can hold up mana to protect the adversary. Hopefully, if we draw one more land, would love a white source. Oh, that is about as boltable as it gets. Oh, juicy, baby. Still no mana. How many lands did I have in this version? 22. Always is a problem. Even with these low curves. Tops out at 3. Okay, we've got a bolt. And the extra mana for Loran's escape. Scry 1 is just amazing. Kumano. So just some kind of Naya aggro. Pretty sweet, but can't play those lands. Oh, that is so tasty. That is so juicy. Ah, that's fine. I'm on 17 life. God, I love Angelfire Ignition. Swing with that one. And hope I trade. No thanks. Honestly, just doesn't get any better than this. Bye-bye. Can't play Jetmir's Gardens in an aggro deck. That's why Naya Humans works, because you can play Secluded Courtyard. Okay, cool. More blockers. We get to have another turn. Nice. I got Vigilance, so I can block against these little Storm Seekers. I can even block with the Etchings and Kumano that shit. Loran's Escape is good, man. That's a strong card. Probably one of the stronger little commons from the set. There's this other one I haven't played with yet. It like brings back a creature with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And it's in white. I guess he whiffed on his rousing. It's pretty bad, but I guess the trample's still gonna win us the game. Because to get enough, you know, he'll probably attack. Okay, so it was a rabble rousing deck with Raiju and cool. You did it. You fool. And we get a little scry action. Too late, Swiftspear. Sorry. Ooh. Alright, so even without the Swiftspear, you know, Angelfire Ignition is a pretty broken card. But these are unranked matches. Don't forget. Let us check in with version 2 and see my evolution of the thought. I was like, you know, why did I think version 1 could have been made better? Well, the changes are minor. Very minor. Try to find a way to, I don't know, be a little bit more focused on the Virtuoso. So there's 4 of the Take Up the Shield and Loran's Escape. And no weird other splashy one-of creatures, no Feldons and stuff. There's just 4. A sneaky one-of is the Lunar Frenzy, which you can, out of nowhere, just give your Virtuoso trample and, plus whatever, and it's a target spell, so it connives. You can just make it huge. And then I wanted some removal spells that can go face, as opposed to the other plethora of stuff that I had, that this can just sometimes win the game. It was a little bit more, trying to play it more like a burn deck as well. And then changed up my removal, going with Soul Partition and Obliterating Bolt, instead of all those other little one-offs. Very similar, as you can see, but also quite different. So let's give this one a whirl, and then I want to show you the final iteration, version 3. Because, you know, some of you will probably already be asking yourselves where a certain card is. If you're playing Prowess, why aren't you playing Lone Fox? Well, you'll see. Brigaldio. Huzzah. That's very nice. Just need one more land. You gotta play your Virtuoso on turn 3. Anyway. I'm not gonna... I mean, if he plays a black source... maybe I just play the Virtuoso and risk it. Let's play out the infantry instead. Okay. Just green. Choot choot. Perfect. We get one more land next turn. Ooh! We are cooking. Okay, this guy's going crazy, cool, unranked stuff. I like it. What's going on here? Self-mill green, maybe Titania? I still need to work on Titania. It's like a homework project. Life is just too sweet sometimes. That's a lot of damage. Most importantly, for me, a lot of life gain. A donk. Still holding up Loran's Escape. I'm not sure what he could have though at this point. It's just those fight spells that green has. He just needs to put something down that's a blocker every single turn. But with the trample... Virtuoso is so broken. So broken. We'll probably need to revisit it like an Azorius version. There's some cool new cards for that shell as well. Ooh. 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 Boulder Dash Golem. I've never seen that on the battlefield yet. Boulder Branch Golem. Okay, how much is the 7 mana gain 6 life? Cool. Okay, that's enough lands now. I should have played my other Electrostatic Infantry. That was really silly. I'll just pretend like I didn't see it. It's not in both. Got Vigilance. In the sense that, you know, I'll just pretend that I just top decked that when I connived instead of I already had it in my hand, and I don't appear as bad. Okay. Let's get douche. I'll take it. I'll definitely take that. Those are some beefy dwarves right there. I really like the art on this guy. Okay. Play Shadowspear, cast Angelfire Ignition on probably Virtuoso, attack for a bazillion. I got a feeling this is ladder ready. I just want you guys to see version 3 first. One more match with version 2. How are we doing for time? I did ramble quite a bit in the beginning. Okay, a little under half an hour. Perfect. Lord of the Rings is woke now. I'm assuming this person watched Rings of Power. Depending, okay. White, blue, I feel safe playing the infantry without holding up Loran's escape. Maybe it was a really bad idea. Sweet. Makes a power stone when it dies. It's pretty cool. Okay, so some kind of Azorius power stone deck, which is pretty scary. Okay, makes sense. Nice turn. Hexproof and indestructible. Okay, so if he comes down on me with that, with whatever, really, I'm pretty happy. Tezzeret? Okay, slightly different brew. I like it.
Coming to save you. I'll deal with you shortly.
Oh, he's crewing the Bankbuster. That makes me happy. Oh, the Bankbuster is going to take one for the team regardless. Ooh. Bankbuster and Urza gone in one fell swoop. We're on 31 life. However, Doomscar is a distinct possibility. I keep calling it Doomscar. Depop. Also known as Depop. Oh, okay. Maybe there was some sort of portals to Phyrexia supposed to be happening there. Undefeated so far. I think there's something to this. The mana makes it super nice with the new pain lands. It's not like anything like the old Boros burn at all. But now, finally, we've arrived at version 3. And this is the latest one. It's the one that needs the most work. It's the one I've just kind of recently thrown together. But it's kind of where I think it needs to go to really push the archetype you get to play some planeswalkers as well that make prowess creatures. Then, and it's a source of card advantage. It'll trigger your Monastery Swiftspear when it enters the battlefield because it's a non-creature spell. I think it's a necessary next step. As you can see, it's almost exactly the same as the one I was just playing, except instead of going with 4 ofs again of the save your creature spells, going with 2 Jayas. I think that's all I did, and slightly different on the removal again, but pretty much the same thing. There's an argument that can be made about trimming the Virtuoso because there's less ways of saving it, so going with 3, 3, and 3 and making one more space for something else. What that might be, I don't know. Sneaky one-offs come to mind. Sneaky one-offs. Could be anything, really. Oh, you know what? I was thinking of this thing. Draconic Destiny. Still need to make a deck around this. I've got a good idea. It's coming soon, so stay tuned. Again. Draconic Destiny. Mythic. No one's playing with. From the new set. 3 mana. Enchantment Aura. And it gives a creature +1/+1 and flying and haste, which is bonkers. If you cast this onto your Swiftspear, it'll trigger it because it's a non-creature spell. So it'll become a 2/3, and then a 3/4 because of the Draconic Destiny, and then you can pay 1 colorless and give it +1/+1 until end of turn. And it's got flying now. Your Swiftspear. Put this on your Virtuoso. I think that's a nice sneaky one of. If we're gonna cut one Virtuoso, put in another one way of making it good. And that's version 3. Pardon me. Oh, still very sick. 24 lands in this one. Because of the curve is a little higher, and it's been just fine. I made a little bit of space with the removal and things, but there's still a decent amount with the 2 Strangles, 2 Raining Flames, 2 Flame-based Bolts. You can also do the -2 from Jaya sometimes and get some sweet. I've used it finally. It actually removes things if you've got enough creatures on the board. Yeah. I'm starting to think maybe instead of Strangle we need instant speed. It's too much sorcery speed removal. You go for 2 play with fire, 2 lightning strike, and just use Raining Flame, I guess. Whew. It's a tough call. I feel like there might not be enough removal, but let's give it a try. Let's play. That's the whole point of this night. We're brewing. Let's give this version 3, the latest one, with Jaya, some unranked action. It's also the least tested one. I kind of really want to make a good Jaya deck, man. That Planeswalker excites me, but I just haven't quite... We tried it once in that Izzet deck. But this, it needs to be broken. I don't know. That's great. Turn 3, Protectable Virtuoso. So we just chill. Okay, now I'm worried about counter spells. Should have played it. Undefeated! Alright. I saw something on social media today about them potentially creating like some kind of system whereby if they catch you conceding too many matches early game, you get like a notification like, hey, don't do this, and then if you keep doing it, you get like banned or something, or temporarily suspended. That's totally keepable. In a pinch, the Grotto will cost us a Courage. We can go Swiftspear into Infantry into... Oh, even better. He's probably just going to remove it if he's playing mono red. Or it's one of these unranked matchmaker shenanigans where it's also a Boros deck. Yes. Interesting. Maybe it's going to be an Anvil deck. It's enough infantries, thank you. With the Grotto, we can even go Courage. Oh, never mind. Thank you. That's a chunky dwarf. You get off some pretty cracker starts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy with this show. I'm surprised we don't see more of it. I ran into a few people on the ladder, which is what prompted the idea at the very beginning with version 1. Feels like weeks ago now, and then never saw anyone else again. And Boros is mostly like people trying to do reanimation stuff with Fable and Restoration of Eiganjo and Invoke Justice. Mana's not great, but I'll do it. There we go. Oof. I wish I had another red. I'm gonna play 2 Kumanos next turn and then Illuminator and hope to top deck. Okay. This is just insanely good. Love it when the deck just listens like this. Watch, we take it onto the mythic ladder and we get trashed. Skadoosh. So this card gains you extra life. We've had cards like this in standard before. I haven't... Okay. Bant. Digging. Digging for things. Burst strike, not double strike. Big difference. Now we play our good friend, the Virtuoso. The massive extra 2 points. And pass the turn? No. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this up for the Virtuoso next turn so we can connive in case we get some trashy lands. Oh. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Sneaky Tamios. Dang it. Gosh dang it. Ain't that something? So you need to have those 4 of Loran's escapes. I'm gonna keep the Sokenzan. I wonder if he's got another Tamios. Of course he does. Huh. Cheeky bugger. Angelfire now would be great. Life gain, life gain, life gain. Ooh. Maybe he's got a counter spell? Or like a shore up? Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Still dies. I kind of want to draw a Jaya, but we've reached the 45-minute mark. One more. These were too quick and too easy. Doesn't really showcase version 3. I want to top deck a Jaya at least once. We've got time for, come on, one more match. It's not quite 45 minutes yet. We can go a little longer. I'm having fun. Ooh. So now that this feels good, tomorrow, off camera, I'm going to take it on the ladder. And then I'll post on social media my results. Sure. Absolutely. Love this hand. Too scared of a freaking Shadow Spear? Swiftspear? Come on. Well, asking you shall receive, but that's a terrible hand. I'll play it anyway, because I want to play Jaya. Let's see if we can scurl a win out of this one. Got a Grotto for some Scry. Oh. Bugger. Oh my goodness. Bane of my existence. Fortunately, we find removal. Oh. This is clearly going to be a second one. Like, guaranteed. Oh, okay. That's the worst thing ever. I should have just cast something. That's a GG right there. Held the stupid greedy hand.
Frankly, destruction is best left to the professionals. You're
Right
no
there.
match for my students.
Okay, Azorius soldiers. Okay, thank you. We get it. My first defeat. No. All right, guys, we've reached the 46-minute mark. I can't go too much longer. It's already very late, and I need to get editing. So, to wrap up this episode, or what ended up being an episode of Brewing with a very long-winded news and announcements section at the beginning. Boros Prowess. Is there something to this? Yes. What did we learn from the 1, 2, 3? Well, honestly, I'm thinking 2 is probably the best still. In terms of my removal choices and things, my issue with 2 is that it's gone down to 20 lands. Because it's really just 1 3-drop. And there's no way that I can squeeze in a Jaya into this. So more testing is going to be necessary on the ladder to see if Jaya makes the cut. The first one was nice as a version 1, but you can see I was still a little bit all over the place. Too many 3-ofs, 1-ofs and things. Not certain what removal I wanted and stuff. And it lacks a little bit of consistency, but the idea was sound. So yeah, I think probably going to be some kind of melding between version 2 and version 3. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.